On the Global TV News headlines, 2024 budget. Federal government targets 3.76% economic growth, 9.18 trillion deficit. Federal government records 8.65 trillion naira revenue in 9 months, target 18 trillion naira in 2024. US military aircraft with 8 crew crashes off Japan. Plus, old naira notes to remain legal tender until further notice, Supreme Court rules. Stay tuned for the main news. Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Global TV News Express live in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I am Fauziya Lukman. President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday said his administration is targeting a 3.76% economic growth in the 2024 fiscal year. This was as he spotlighted national security, local job creation, and poverty reduction as the top priorities of the 2024 appropriation bill, which he called the budget of the renewed hope. Addressing the NAS, Tinubu promised to overhaul the nation's internal security architecture to enhance law enforcement capabilities to safeguard lives, property, and investments nationwide. He said the proposed budget prioritizes human capital development with a particular attention given to children because human capital remains the most critical resources for national development. The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dili Alake, has offered lower production costs and untapped mineral resources as part of fresh incentive to woo prospective foreign investors. The minister gave the offer at the Mines and Money conference held in London on Tuesday, according to a statement signed by his special advisor, Kahinde Bambetan. Alake, addressing global stakeholders in the mining industry, pitched for more investment in Nigeria, listing unique advantages such as lower production costs due to surface mining and billions of dollars in untapped minerals. Alake said the current administration has embarked on reforms to build investment by streamlining procedures and reducing hurdles to attract foreign investors. He also quoted recent reports that mining contribution to Nigeria's GDP rose from 0.3% to 0.85% last year, indicating 0.63% year-on-year growth. Alake further urged investors to support the socio-economic development of the communities with a mind to make mining mutually beneficial. Minister of Education Tahir Mamman has called for judicious use of $1.2 billion World Bank loan to tackle adolescent girls' education in Nigeria. Mamman stated this in Abuja on Tuesday while inaugurating the National Steering Committee of Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment ADAL project. The ADAL project coordinator Amina Haruna said the focus was to improve secondary education among girls in targeted areas in participating states. Haruna listed the 18 participating states as Adamawa, Bauchi, Borno, Ekiti, Gombe, Jigawa, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, Kogi, Kwara, Nasarawa, Niger, Plateau, Sokoto, Yobe, and Zamfara State. She said over 2.4 million girls benefited from the program across 7 states. Also, Shubham Chaudhary, the World Bank Country Director for Nigeria, disclosed that while $500 million was initially approved by the bank, another approval of $700 million have brought the facility to $1.2 billion. The Minister of State Police Affairs, Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, has empowered no fewer than 500 women of Nasarawa State origin with grinding machines and sewing machines in order to cushion the effect of full subsidy removal and make them self-reliant. Speaking during the distribution on Tuesday in Kefi local government area of the state, the minister said the gesture was in line with President Bola Tinubu's administration's desire to boost the small and medium-scale enterprises in the country. While urging the beneficiaries to make good use of the machines, Suleiman Ibrahim, who is also an indigenous of the state, appealed to all residents to continue to give the needed support to the Tinubu administration to enable him to serve them better. The Nigerian Correctional Service Enugu State Command says it has registered 1,137 inmates in the National Examination Council of Nigeria external exams in the last 12 years. This was disclosed by the Controller of Corrections, Nicholas Obiako, on Tuesday in Enugu. The controller said 124 inmates were taking the ongoing NECO external examination at the Special Studies Center within Enugu Custodial Centers, adding that the three custodial centers in the state comprising Enugu, Nsukka and Oji Rivers have been doing well as far as the educational pursuit and formation of the inmates were concerned. You're watching Global TV News Express coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. And the News Express returns. U.S. military aircraft with 8 crew crashes off Japan. The news continues shortly with details of this and other stories right after this short break. Please don't go away. This is Global Television bringing you live broadcasts of the News Express from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. And on the foreign scene, a U.S. Osprey military aircraft with 8 crew on board crashed on Wednesday off the coast of Japan. The island of Yokoshima lies south of Japan's southmost main island, Kyushu, reports has it that Osprey departed from the Ikowumi U.S. base in Yamaguchi region, headed for the Kadena base in Okinawa. The tilt-rotor Osprey aircraft has troubled history with a string of fatal crashes over the years. President Bola Tinubu has disclosed that the federal government made 8.65 trillion naira revenue between January and September of 2023. He disclosed this while presenting a budget of 27.5 trillion naira for 2024 to the National Assembly for approval. From the budget of 27.5 trillion naira of 2024, the federal government plans to generate 18.32 trillion naira as a revenue for the 2024, leaving a deficit of 9.18 trillion naira in 2024, or 3.8% gross domestic product (GDP). Presenting the budget of renewed hope, the president said that its main focus was on national defense, internal security, local job creations, and macroeconomic stability. He noted that the budget is made up of 9.92 trillion naira non-debit recurrent expenditure and 8.7 trillion naira capital expenditure, while 8.25 trillion naira was for debt services. A quick look at business now, where the Nigerian Supreme Court ruled on Wednesday that the old naira notes will remain legal tender of the country till further notice. In addition, the federal government also filed for an extension of the old naira notes to November 21st, 2023. Meanwhile, the federal government explained that if the Supreme Court rejects its plea to extend the circulation duration of old notes, the nation could face a renewed threat of a national, economic, and financial crisis. In its ruling today, the highest court ruled in Abuja that the notes would remain legal tender and be accepted for transactions until further notice. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adilabu, says the short-term focus on the federal government in the power sector is to prioritize metering, electricity distribution, and transmission to enhance power supply nationwide. He disclosed this during the third roundtable of enforcement of technical standards, regulation, and mandate of the Nigerian Electricity Management Service Agency. According to a statement from the Power Ministry, Adilabu highlighted the upcoming power sector strategy roadmap, emphasizing a bottom-up approach to prioritize impact over the previous top-down strategies. Back to sport, where Super Falcon coach Justice Madugo is optimistic that he has the squad to beat Cape Verde in their 2024 African World Cup of Nations finals round. First leg qualifier at the MKO Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, on Thursday. The Super Falcons were without top stars Azizat Oshola, Jennifer Echegini, Halima Aindi, Ifoma Onumonu and Michelle Alozi. He opted out of the game for various reasons, but Madugu says he has good substitute for them. 20 of the 21 invited players were at the team's camp yesterday, with only University of Pittsburgh of America's Deborah Abiodun still being expected as at last night. Nigeria reached its final stage of qualification series following the withdrawal of Shantome Senior Girls from a second-round fixture in September. Tomorrow's encounter will begin at 4 o'clock p.m. with Madugu most likely to have leadership of the rear guard to Mexico-based veteran Osinachi Ohali, who was among the first players in the camp, and with the captain Rashida Ajibade to lead the midfield and attack. Could include Peace Effing, Tony Payne, Esther Oyenezide, Omorin Shola Babajide, Esther Okoronko, Chinedu Kanu, and Gift Monday. Nigerian winger Samuel Chukwueze scored his first goal for AC Milan in the UEFA Champions League match against Borussia Dortmund in San Siro on Tuesday. Ikezu leveled the result of Ramasuri on the night after 37 minutes with a spectacular solo effort dribbling past two BDB players before smashing a low shot right into the bottom corner. Milan earlier had a chance of opening the scoring, but Oliver Giroud missed his penalty in the 6th minute as he was denied by Gregor Kobel. Marcus Rios then scored the opener with a penalty of his own in the 10th minute, sending his effort into the top left corner. Striker Hwang Jeon-eun has been suspended by South Korea 7 weeks before the Asian Cup because of a police investigation into allegations he illegally filmed an ex-girlfriend. Hwang played for South Korea in 2 World Cup qualifiers this month, scoring a penalty against Singapore, but the Korean Football Association on Tuesday suspended him pending the outcome of police investigations. Lee Young-nam, who heads the KFA's Ethics Committee, told reporters that national players must conduct themselves with a high degree of morality and responsibilities. As we end the News Express, let's take a quick recap at some of our top stories. 2024 budget, we told you federal government targets 3.76% economic growth, targets 18 trillion in 2024. U.S. military aircraft with 8 crew crash off Japan, and we also told you Supreme Court has ruled that all Naira notes to remain legal tender until further notice. That's it on Global TV News Express. We are on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. On behalf of the production team, I am Fauziya Lukman, thanking you so very much for watching. See you soon.